أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu and welcome to today's class. I hope you're all doing well inshallah. A7361, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to please start from Tawud and Tasmiyah and please say this prayer.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا
Okay, so this is ilman nafi'a.
علما نافعا.
Excellent. And can you read the translation for us now?
Oh Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge. Ibn Majah Hadith 925.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Jazakumullah. So, as I said, we will be focusing on student recitations in today's class, and we will begin with our first surah of the day, and that is, okay, so if you just hold on one second. Okay, so this is Surah Al-Inshira, and this is the surah that we will be beginning off with today. So once we call students to the mic, if you could all please remember all the rules that you have learned previously and try and apply that in today's lesson. All right, so I'm hoping that you've all been revising your surahs and revising your rules. So like I said, when you come to the mic, please make sure that you are applying those rules that we have been learning in these past few weeks. So if you could please have a student on the mic.
Yes, I'm going to put on N8364.
N8364, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So we will be covering this surah first. So if you could start off with Dawud and Tasmiyah.
Excuse me, I'm N8368.
So you're N8368?
Ah.
All right, okay, that's fine, no problem. We'll have you on the mic first and then we'll move on to someone else, okay? So if Dawud and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك.
Okay, so we're stopping over here. So this fatha becomes a sukoon at the end of the verse. So sadrak.
صدرك.
Yep. And over here, I've highlighted this dal with a sukoon on it. Can you tell me why? And what rule we're applying over here? Can you remember? Would you like me to help you?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So over here, you can see that dal has a sukoon on it. And do you remember the rule of kalkala?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the kalkula rule is that whenever 5 certain letters they have a sukoon on them, then they are to be you have to produce a slight jerk sound. Okay, so let's go to the lesson where we learnt about kalkala so that we can remind ourselves. So jerking pronunciation or kalkala. Okay, 5 letters make a jerking sound if they are sakin or if they have a sukoon on them. So Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal are the 5 letters that whenever they carry a sukoon on them, then we have to kind of bounce off the sound of that letter. Okay, so like this would be Iq, Sat, Ib, Aj, Jid. Okay, like that. So in this verse over here, you can see that Dal has a sukoon on it. So how would you read this?
Sadr.
Excellent. Sadrak.
Sadrak.
Excellent. Well done. And carry on now, please.
ووزعنا عنك Visraka.
Okay, so you're stopping over here. So how would you read this at the end?
Visrak.
Yes, excellent. Well done. So over here, this is the letter Ain. So try and make that sound of the Ain from within your throat, okay? Za'na.
Za'na.
Well done. Excellent. Okay. And over here, the rule of ikhfa noon sakin would apply over here. So this would be anka.
Anka.
Yeah, so a slight nasal sound when you say that. Excellent. Let's carry on now.
Allazi an anza angaza zahrak sahrak.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. So the first thing to point out over here that on top of this ya madda, you also have a madda saghir. So that means that we're trying to stretch that sound out for about 3 to 5 seconds, okay? Alladhi.
Alladhi.
Excellent. And like you rightly did, on top of this alif, we would have a fatha on it because the next letter is lam. Okay, so because it's a blank alif, we have to put a stroke on it. And if the next letter is lam, then the alif always carries a fatha. All right. And also over here, this noon, this would be ikhfa noon sakin as well because the next letter is qaf. All right. So anqa.
Anka.
Excellent. Well done. One more verse.
Warafa'na laka zikraka rak.
Excellent. Well done. Okay. So over here we're stopping. So that's why we have to turn this fatha into a sukoon. All right. And remember your pronunciation of the letters as well. So this dal would be said with your tongue touching your top teeth. So vik.
Dik.
Yes, all right. So you mean to differentiate between certain letters, and also over here, this dod is a thick and heavy sounding letter, as well as this qaf. So we have to be pronouncing it correctly as well. This za is also a thick sounding letter. So whenever we pronounce it, we have to try and say it with a thick and heavy sound. Okay?
Okay.
All right, perfect. Well done. Excellent. Let's have another student on the mic, please.
Yes, I'm going to put on A7379.
A7379. Assalamu alaikum.
Just before that, a lot of people have their videos on, so if they can just make sure that they turn that off and that they have the hijabs on. A7379.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to carry on, and we're going to start from here. Okay, so ta'awud and tasmiyah, please, first.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فإن مع العسر يسرا.
Okay, so over here, just ending the verse over here. When you end it, can you tell me what rule applies over here? How would you end the sound over here?
Do you just do raw?
You do ra, but do you stretch it or you don't stretch it?
You don't stretch it.
All right. So in this case, you do stretch it. Okay. So whenever you have a fatha then at the end of the verse, followed by a blank alif like this, then you do stretch the sound out for about 2 seconds. Okay. So what it would turn into basically one stroke of the fatha is used and the alif madda still applies. Okay. Yusra.
Yusra.
Well done. Another thing, remember over here that when you read this, then you would don't stretch the inna sound out for too long because it's simple fatha on top of the noon. Okay, so fa inna.
وَإِنَّ.
Okay, and did you hear that I held the nasal sound in my nose for 2 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah, and do you know why I did that?
Is it because it's a part of the rule?
It is a noon, yes, but it is the sound of ghunna. Alright, do you remember that rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, so ghunna sound is whenever noon has a shadda on it, this shadda, little sign over here, then a nasal sound is held in your nose for about 2 seconds, okay? So, فَإِنَّ.
وَإِنَّ
Excellent, well done. Let's carry on. So the gunna sound again would be applied over here, so just keep that in mind.
إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا
Excellent, well done. Just try and make that nasal sound a bit clearer. Inna.
إِنَّ
Yeah, so you're holding the nasal sound and then letting it go. Excellent. And of course at the end over here, the same rule applies, the same pausing rule applies as it did over here. So only one stroke of the fatha is pronounced, and then the alif madda would still apply. All right, well done. Let's carry on.
فَإِذَا فرز
Faragh. This is
فرزت
a ghain. Faragh.
فرغت فرغت فانصب.
Okay, now over here, this ba is also highlighted because this ba is also one of the qalqala letters, and because it has a sukoon on it, then we would produce a slight jerk sound. Sab,
صب
fansab.
فانصب.
Yeah, and of course, a nasal sound, partial nasal sound, would be held in our nose for 2 seconds because the next letter is sod after the noon sakin. All right, and the last one.
وإلى ربك فارغب.
All right, so over here I've highlighted this because you said wa illa, but this is 2 separate letters with 2 separate strokes, so that is why we pronounce them separately. Wa ila.
وإلى
Excellent. And over here again, this rule that we just did over here, so ba is a qalqala letter, so whenever it has a sukoon on it, then a slight jerk sound is produced. Okay, farghab.
وارغب
Farghab.
وارغب.
Excellent, well done, really nicely read. Jazakumullah for your help. So that's this surah completed, and mashallah, everybody read really nicely, but there's some instances in this surah where the rule of qalqala needs to be applied, so please be mindful of that, and of course be mindful of the noon ikhfa rule as well that needed to be applied in some instances as well. So we'll move on to the next surah now, which is Surah Shams. Yeah, so this is the surah, and we'll try and go through the whole of this surah now with some students. So if you could have someone on the line.
I'm going to put on A7396.
A7396, Assalamu alaikum.
I think their mic just disappeared off. So A7369.
A7369, Assalamu alaikum.
The mic doesn't also work. We'll try Anasra. N8394.
N8394, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Alright, I'm going to ask you to start off with this surah, Ash-Shams. So can you start with Ta'awud and Tasmiyah?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والشمس وضحاها.
Alright, excellent. So over here, when you're ending the verse, this this alif madda would still apply. Alright, so you're still stretching for about 2 seconds. Excellent, carry on.
والقمر إذا تلاها.
Excellent, well done.
والنهار إذا جلاها.
Excellent, well done. So over here, I've highlighted this because the rule of noon gunna, as I said previously as well, would apply over here because noon has a shadda on it. So wanna.
والنهار
Excellent. Carry on, please.
والليل إذا يغشاها.
Excellent. And just be careful because the lam has a shadda on it. When you join it to the previous letter, which is waw, then we must join it with force. So والليل.
والليل
Okay, excellent. Carry on, please.
والسماء بناها.
Excellent. Excellent. Well done. Now, can you tell me what this sign is called?
What, I don't know what it's called, but you elongate it for 3 to 5 seconds.
Okay, all right. So this, I did hear you slightly say it. It's a mud. Okay, so mud, and it's two types of mud. There's mad al-saghir and mad al-kabir. This is mad al-kabir, which means it's the longer one out of the two. So this is held in your, you should hold this sound for about 4 to 6 seconds. Okay, so 3 to 5 seconds is mad al-saghir, and 4 to 6 seconds is mad al-kabir. So this is mad al-kabir because it's a thicker one of the two. All right, so we must stretch the sound out for as long as we can, up to 6 seconds. All right, carry on, please.
والأرض وما طحاها.
Excellent, well done. Now, as you can see, at the end of these verses, you can see that in this one as well, and in this one that we've just read, you have two ha's together. Okay, so this ha and this ha. So when we read it, we must make that sound of the ha for the first one to differentiate between the two ha. Okay, because if I'm just listening to and I don't have the text in front of me, I need to be able to differentiate between which one is this ha and this ha. All right, so the difference is, can you tell me the difference between the two sounds?
The ha at the end you do ha,
Yeah.
and the other one you do ha.
All right, so it's the other way around. So the one, this ha, all right, this longer one, this is the one where you say ha, and this one is simple ha. Okay, so this one you're really taking a deep breath and then letting it go, ha, and this one would be ha. So when you say the two, you have to be very careful and try and differentiate the sounds, okay, so that anybody listening can know the difference as well. Okay, so one more verse.
ونفس وما سواها.
Excellent, well done. Let's do one more verse.
فألهمها فجورها وتقواها.
Excellent. And one thing you did really good was over here. This qaf is a qalqala letter. So when you said it, you bounced off the sound of the qaf. وَتَقْوَاهَا. All right.
وتقواها.
Excellent. Well done. Jazakumullah for your help. You read really, really nicely. So let's have another student on the mic, please.
Yes, I'm going to put on N8364.
N8364, Assalamu alaikum. N8364, Assalamu alaikum. Okay, carry on to another student, please.
Yes, I'm going to put on A7383.
A7383, Assalamu alaikum. A7,
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Is that A7383?
Yes, that's me. Assalamualaikum. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. So that's only A7383 on the mic, yes?
Yes, actually, I have a brother who's also observing the class.
All right, that's fine. But only A7383, please recite, okay? So we're going to be starting from here. So Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح من زكاها.
Excellent. Well done. So just I'll pause you after each verse just to go through anything. So this dal has a sukoon on it. So like you did really well, this is a qalqala letter now because of the sukoon. So qad, you're bouncing off the sound of the dal. Okay, excellent. And then over here, the ma sound you did really nicely as well because the next letter is za. So this is a noon ikhfa sound. Ma zakkaha.
مزكاها
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Carry on, please.
وقد إذا خاب ما دساها.
Excellent. Well done. So once again, this dal has a sukoon, so that makes it a qalqala letter. So waqad, which you did really nicely, and then ma because of the noon ikhfa. Carry on.
كذبت ثمود بطغواها.
Excellent. Well done. So when you're pausing over here, then it'll just be a 2-second pause. All right. Sorry, 2-second elongation when you pause. Well done. Carry on.
إذا انبعث أشقاها.
Excellent. Well done. So first thing on the noon sakin, you have a miniature meme on top. That tells you that now the sound would be of meme sakin and not noon sakin. So when you join it, you say them, which you did really nicely. And then because it's a noon meme sakin, the next letter we must look at is ba. So when that happens, then ikhfa meme sakin rule would be applied. So what that means is that we would hold the nasal sound of meme in our nose for about 2 seconds. Idhimba.
إذنب.
Excellent. Well done. Okay, so that's why this was highlighted. Because whenever you see a meme sakin, then you must look at the next letter. If it is a meme or a ba, then a nasal sound will be held in your nose for 2 seconds. All right, that's only when the next letter is ba. So let's carry on.
فقال لهم رسول الله ناقة الله
Qatallah.
الله وسقياها.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. So when you're joining the ta to the lam, this would be a majestic lam or a thick lam. So because the letter before has a fatha. So this would be tallahi.
الله.
And then over here, this qaf has a sukoon on it, and qaf is one of the qalqa letters when it has a sukoon on it. So you're bouncing off the letter qaf. Okay, suq.
فق.
Excellent, well done. And let's carry on.
فكذبوه فأقروها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فسواها.
Excellent, well done, really nicely read. So 2 things pointing out over here that you can see after this meme sakin you have a ba, so you hold the nasal sound in your nose for 2 seconds, hum bi, and then again after this miniature meme, because it's a miniature meme, it means that the sukoon would be on top of the meme and not the noon. So dham, and then obviously the next letter is ba again, so holding the nasal sound in your nose for 2 seconds, dhambi, and then excellent. And then of course over here, just one thing I wanted to point out, that when you said this as sawa, it's actually sawa.
سوا.
Yeah, because it has a shadda on it, we must join it to the previous letter with force. All right, and the last verse, please, for us.
لا يخاف عقباها.
Excellent. Well done, mashallah. You read really, really nicely, and I can see that you've been practicing because your recitation is, mashallah, very good. Okay, perfect, excellent. Well done, jazakumullah for your help. And of course, at the end of this, in this verse, I've highlighted this qaf again, qaf with the sukoon. So where kalkala letter replies here, uq, bouncing off the sound of the qaf. All right, so let's move on to the next surah now. So this is Surah Al-Adiyat. So if we have another student on the mic.
N8402.
N8402. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm going to ask you to please start reading the surah. So Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay, so just before you start reading, I want you to be really, really serious and not giggle because this is us reading from the Holy Quran. All right, so we have to be very, very serious. This is the word of Allah, so we must respect it. Okay, so whenever you're ready, start from the first verse.
والعاديات ضبحا.
Excellent, well done. So this is ba with the sukoon, so we're bouncing off the sound of the ba. Dabha.
صبها.
Excellent, carry on.
فالموريات قدحا.
Excellent, well done. So when you're stopping at the end of these verses, like you're doing really well, the only one stroke of the fatha would apply, and then you're stretching for 2 seconds because of the alif madda. All right, carry on.
فالمغيرات صبحا.
Excellent, well done, perfect. And then of course this ra is a thick and heavy sounding ra because it has a vertical fatha on it. Carry on.
فأثرنا به نقعا.
Yes, excellent. So first of all, this is a kalkala qaf, so naqo. And then over here, this is an ayn, so naqa'a.
نقعا.
Excellent. Really try and make that ayn sound from your throat. All right, carry on.
فوسطنا به جمعا.
Excellent. So I've highlighted this because ta, as we saw from our revision slides, ta is another one of the kalkala letters. So if we go back to here, we can see that ta over in this case has a sukoon on it. So bouncing off the sound with ta. So how would you say this?
ستنا.
Excellent. Well done. Next verse.
إن الإنسان لربه لكنود.
Excellent. Well done. So first thing over here I've highlighted is just to be careful of your gunna sound. So innal.
إن
And then over here we have to produce a partial nasal sound for 2 seconds because the next letter is seen. All right. So this would be insana.
إنسان.
Excellent, well done. And when you're ending the verse over here, this dhamma then becomes a sukoon. So dal with the sukoon is a kalkala letter. So when you end the verse, you have to end the sound with a jerk sound. Kanud.
كنود.
Excellent, well done. Really nicely read. Jazakumullah for your help. Let's have another student on the mic.
جزاك.
Okay, discipline charge. If we could please have a student on the mic.
I'm going to put on A7382.
A7382. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Alright, so we're continuing from here. Tawud and Tasmiyah first.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإنه على ذلك لشهيد.
Alright, so over here, remember your gunna sound. Innahu.
إنه.
Excellent, well done. And this ha is a simple ha and not one that we make from within the throat. So this is simple. La shahid.
لشهيد.
And of course, we're ending the verse over here. This dhamma, like it did over here, becomes a sukoon. So this becomes a letter of qalqala. So jerk sound at the end. La shahid.
لشهيد.
Perfect. Carry on, please. Remember your gunna sound over here.
وإنه لحب الخير لشديد.
Excellent. Khayri. Yeah. Khayri la shadid.
خير لشديد.
Excellent. Well done. Carry on.
أفلا يعلم إذا بؤسر ما في القبور.
Excellent. Well done. Try and make this qaf sound from within the throat. Qubur.
قبور.
Perfect.
وحصل ما في الصدور.
Perfect.
إن ربهم بهم يومئذ لخبير.
Excellent. Well done. MashaAllah, you're reading really, really nicely. So over here, remember your gunna sound for over here as well. So wherever you see it, a noon with a shadda on it, noon mushaddad, then remember that that sound is a gunna sound, which means a 2-second nasal sound to be held. Inna rabbahum.
إن ربهم.
Excellent. And this ra would be a thick and heavy ra because it has a fatha. So it would be rabbahum.
ربهم.
Excellent. Well done. So if you just stay on the mic, we'll move on to the next surah, which is Surah Quraysh. And I'm going to ask you to read this one as well. And Dawud and Tasmiyah first, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإلاف قريش.
Okay, remember to just stretch this for 2 seconds. لإلاف قريش.
لإلاف قريش إلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف.
Excellent. And just one thing that I wanted to point out. This ra, it has a kasra. Okay? So it's just to do with, you need to be careful not to say rihla. Okay? This is rihla. Okay? So just be... Yeah, perfect. Okay, so once this is something that when we have a look at the Holy Quran and we see that this ra has a kasra, kasra sounds always make a sound like E going downwards. So this would be rihla.
رحلة.
Excellent. Well done. Carry on.
فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت.
Excellent. Remember, this is a vaw madda. So, we're stretching the sound out. Okay? So, carry on. Start from here again.
فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت.
And last one.
الذي يطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Okay? Try saying this one again.
أطعمهم.
Excellent. Well done. And because after this meme sakin, you have another meme. So hold the meme sound in your nose for 2 seconds. Okay? أطعمهم من جوع.
أطعمهم من جوع.
Excellent. Well done. And over here, you saw that when I said this, you hold the light nasal sound in your nose for 2 seconds as well, because the next letter is Jim. Okay? Hum.
هم.
Excellent. And same thing applies over here as well. Hum.
هم.
All right. Okay, sorry. Over here, it doesn't apply because actually the next letter is kha. Okay? So over here, then no light nasal sound is produced because the next letter is kha. Okay, so we just need to be careful here over here as well. Hum min khawf.
هم من خوف.
Excellent. Well done. Jazakumullah for your help. That was really nicely read. Can we have one more student on the mic to read this?
Yes, I'm going to put on A7410.
A7410. Assalamu alaikum. A7410. Okay.
Maybe the mic isn't working. So we'll go to another set, N8376.
N8376. Assalamu alaikum.
The mic is not working either.
Okay.
So we'll try A7395.
A7395. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Is that A7395?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to ask you to read this surah for me now. So, Tawud and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإلاف قريش.
Okay, remember this is Ya Madda. So, لإلاف قريش.
لإلاف قريش.
Excellent.
إلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف.
Excellent. Okay, so over here you corrected yourself. So alif with the vertical kasra. إلافهم.
إلافهم.
Excellent. And then again over here, rihla.
رحلة.
Yeah. And then over here you have a maddul kabir on top of the alif madda. So we have to be careful and stretch it for how many seconds?
4 to 6.
Perfect. Excellent. So we're stretching it as long as we can. Perfect. Let's carry on.
فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت
Perfect.
الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف.
Perfect. Excellent. So over here, remember that after the noon sakin, you have a jeem. Okay, so
Yeah.
that means that you do the light nasal sound when you say this. Okay, Hummel.
هم.
Excellent. And then over here, no nasal sound would be produced because the next letter is kha. Okay, so this is the rule of ikhfa noon sakin, and this is the rule of izhar noon sakin. All right. Excellent. Well done. Jazakumullah for your help. You read really, really nicely. Allah Hafiz. So that was the first 4 surahs that we wanted to cover in today's the first half of today's class. Now we will move on to the next surah, which is Surah Al-A'la, and this is a surah that we will be now covering till the end of today's class. So once again, whoever comes onto the mic, I want you to be really careful. Remember all the rules that we have learned so far and then try and apply them during recitation. So if we have a student on the mic, please.
Yes, I'm going to put on A7363.
A7363. Assalamu alaikum. A7363. Assalamu
My
alaikum.
mic is not working, so we'll try N8363.
N8363.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. All right, so we will. Okay, so we'll carry on and we will start with this surah now. So Tawud and Tasmiyah, please first.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى.
Excellent, well done. Now over here we're going to take a pause. Do you know why? Do you remember at the end of this verse there's a special something we have to do?
We have to do the response.
Excellent. Well done. So at the end of some verses, it requires a response from the reader or from the listener of the verse. So at the end of this verse, this requires a response. So as we saw earlier as well, when you were doing this surah with your with previously in the weeks, we saw that whenever this surah ends, then we reply. Okay, if A7403, you need to stop asking for control of the remote because I keep getting a notification on my screen. Okay, so at the end of this verse, then we reply by saying Subhana Rabbiyal A'la. All right, so what we're going to do is we will say this verse and then we will do the response. Okay, so
Okay.
let me just go back to the surah. So read the verse again, please, now.
سبح اسم ربك الأعلى.
And the response? Read this response, please.
سبحان ربي الأعلى.
Okay, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la.
سبحان ربي الأعلى.
Excellent, well done. So this is a response that we say at the end of this the second verse of Surah Al-A'la, all right? So this is a very easy thing to learn, and I hope you've all been revising and trying to learn this response so that whenever we do hear it, we are able to respond correctly. So let's carry on.
الذي خلق
فسوى.
فسوى.
Excellent.
والذي قدر فهدى.
Okay, what's this?
قدر.
قد. Yeah, so mushaddad letter dal. So join it to the previous letter and then apply the fatha. قد. Excellent. Carry on.
والذي أخرج المرعى.
Excellent. So remember this ra simply has a fatha, so don't stretch for more than 1 second. أخرج. Okay, and then join to the lam. أخرج. Well done. Carry on.
فجعله غثاء أحوى.
Perfect. Carry on.
سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
Okay, well done. Excellent. So over here, remember, this qaf would have a jerk sound because of the sukoon on top of it. Nuq. Well done. Excellent. And jazakumullah for your help, okay? So that was really nicely read. Just keep practicing, but otherwise, well done. Can we have another student on the mic, please?
Yes, I'm going to put on N8380.
N8380. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So I'm going to ask you to please carry on reciting from here. So Dawood and Tasmiyah first.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى.
Excellent. Well done. You're reading really, really nicely. So at the end of these verses, you can see that the last letter has a vertical fatha. So you're keeping it as it is, and there's no change in the sound that you would make, and you would still apply the vertical fatha. All right, excellent. Carry on.
سيذكر من يخشى.
Okay, so over here, remember that we're joining 3 letters together. So yazakka. Okay, sayadhakka.
سيذكر
Excellent. Carry on.
ويتجنبها الأشقى.
Well done. So over here, what we're doing is the noon gunna sound. So we're holding the gunna sound in our nose for 2 seconds. Jannah, which you did really well. Excellent. And when you're ending the sound over here, what happens is that this fatha becomes a vertical fatha. So you're ending with the sound of a 2-second elongation. Ashqa, like that. All right. Excellent. And one more verse, please.
الذي يصلى النار الكبرى.
Excellent. Well done. So the gunna sound again applies over here, and then over here you can see ba has a sukoon on it, so this would be a qalqala letter, so a jerk sound, kubra, and then over here this ra has a vertical fatha, so this would be a thick and heavy sounding ra. All right, excellent. Well done. Jazakumullah for your help. You read really, really nicely. Let's have another student on the mic, please.
Yes, I'm going to put on N8395.
N8395, Assalamu alaikum. N8395, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Is that N8395?
Yes.
Alright, okay. Dawood and Tasmiya, and we're starting from here.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا.
Alright, okay. So when you're reading, one thing I want you to be really, really careful of is your timing. Okay, so what I mean by that is if something only needs to be pronounced for 1 second, we only do it for 1 second. And of course, if something needs to be stretched, we stretch it for as long as it needs to be. So first thing over here, this meme has a fatha. So how long do we stretch this for?
For
How many
3
seconds?
seconds.
Okay, so if something has a fatha, then we pronounce it for 1 second or 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
Are you sure? Okay, it's 1 second. Okay, so if anything has a fatha kasra dhamma on it, simple 1 second. Okay, so that was the first basic lesson that we've learnt. So it should be very, very something that we know by now. So thumma.
Thumma.
Excellent. Then this lam has a fatha on it, followed by an alif madda. So we stretch it for 2 seconds. Thumma la.
Thumma la.
Okay, excellent. And then over here, again, this ha has a fatha. So fiha.
Fiha.
All right. So we're going to move on to the next verse now, and I want you to be careful of your timing. All right. So
Okay.
start from here now.
Okay. قد أفلح لها من تزكى.
Excellent. Well done. Much, much better. Okay. And over here, of course, the scarf has a shadda on it. So when we join it to the za, we do so with force. Zakka.
Zakka.
Excellent. Well done. This over here, dal has a sukoon on it. So we're bouncing off the sound of the dal because it's a qalqal letter. Qad.
Qad.
Excellent. Well done. And over here, this would be Mutazakka.
Mutazakka.
Excellent. Because after noon sakin, the next letter is ta. That means that we have to produce a 2-second light nasal sound. So
Okay.
let's move on to the next verse.
وذكر اسم ربه فصلى.
Excellent. Perfect. Well done. So when you're ending the verse over here, the sound is of the vertical fatha and nothing changes. All right. فَصَلَّى.
وصلى
Perfect. Carry on, please.
بل تؤثرون الحياة تدو تدن تدنيا
الدنيا.
تدنيا
Yeah, so when we're ending,
تدنيا.
yep, so when we're ending the sound, we're still applying the alif madda over here. All right. And over here, this vowel madda is over here. So we're stretching the sound out of ru for 2 seconds. Thirunal.
ثيرون
Excellent. Well done. Perfect. Let's carry on, please.
والآخرة خير وأبقى.
Excellent. Well done. So over here, just some things to note. Alif with a vertical fatha. So how many seconds are we stretching that for?
2
Excellent. So well, excellent. And then this ra has a simple fatha on it. So how many seconds?
1
1 second. Excellent. Well, akhiratu
والآخرة
khayrun wa abqa.
خير وأبقى.
Excellent. Well done. So I bounced off the letter of the ba because ba is one of the qalqala letters when it has a sukoon on it. So we bounce off the sound. All right. Carry on, please.
إنها زلف الصحف الأولى.
Okay, well done. Excellent. So over here, this noon has a simple fatha on it. So 1 second rule applies here. So can you read this again?
Inna.
Yeah. So you're holding the nasal sound, but when you're letting it go, you're only letting it go for 1 second. Inna. Okay. And then ha has a vertical fatha. So ha. And then can you see this alif in front of the?
Yeah.
Then you can see that this is an alif madda because the previous letter has a fatha.
Yeah.
So how long are we stretching that for now?
We stretch that for
2 seconds. Yes, 2 seconds. Because madda letters are stretched for 2 seconds, okay? Hada. Inna hada. Excellent. And can you do the last verse for us as well?
Suhufi Ibrahim wa Musa.
Okay. So over here, this ra, what does it have on it? What does the ra have on it? What sign?
It has a
vertical fatha. Okay, so it has a vertical fatha, and vertical fatha should be pronounced for 2 seconds. So ibra. Excellent. And then this is a vowel madda, so we're stretching again for 2 seconds. Wa Musa. Excellent. Well done. Okay, well done. That was really nicely read, but I want you to be really, really careful of your timing. Okay, so the timing is, as we've been saying in every lesson, that timing is extremely important. So is pronunciation. So that's something that you'll need to work on. All right. Otherwise, well done. Excellent. Jazakumullah for your help. So that was Surah Al-A'la that we just completed. So for your homework is to practice Surah Al-A'la and of course apply all the rules in recitation that you have learned so far. Now remember, as we did today as well, that at the end of the second verse, there is a response. Please try and learn it. It's a very easy response to learn. So, like I said, whenever you hear it, we should respond to it. So that can only happen when you actually learn it yourself. So please do try and learn it. It can be found on the NQC website under downloads. And this is what it's called, Responses in Reflective Tilawat, Urdu and English. So it can be found in both English and Urdu. So please do have a look at that and try and learn the response that is needed at the end of verse 2 in Surah Al-A'la. Now, the next surahs that we'd like you to have a look at are Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Baqarah, verses 1 to 17, and Surah Al-Fajr and Surah Al-Tin. Now, these are surahs that you will be completing in tomorrow's class as well. So please do have a look at them tonight so that you're ready for tomorrow's class as well. And as we've been saying, the more you practice, the better you will get and the easier it will become, inshallah. So timing is extremely important, and so is pronunciation. So please do try and focus on both of those aspects when you are reciting and reading from the Holy Quran. So we will end today's class with a prayer. So if you could have a student on the mic.
A7372.
A7372. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So can you help me read this end prayer now? So Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, and start from here.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم واجعله لي إماما ونورا وهدى ورحمة. Rahmah.
Excellent. And this over here is a vowel madda, so stretching the nu sound out for 2 seconds. Nuran. Perfect. And the translation for us now.
O Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran, and make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Jazakumullah for your help, and Jazakumullah to everybody, parents and students, for joining us in today's class. Please make sure that you're doing your homework and that you're practicing regularly and daily. And inshallah, we will see you all again same time tomorrow. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.